All right, you guys. So I used to sell timeshare and I no longer do it anymore. I actually do marketing for timeshare now. So I'm the one that give you the free gifts and I am the one that does the cold calling. And I'm going to tell you that you guys really get over on us versus the other way around. And I'm going to explain why. First, I'm going to share with you why I'm no longer a timeshare sales rep and what they don't tell you, because I've had lots of questions about, is it good? I got hyped, I got excited about being a timeshare sales rep. Yeah, it's exactly what people say it was. I was excited until I wasn't anymore. All right, so when I started in frontline sales, I was door dashing. So I own a marketing agency. I've had it for 12 years, and I was door dashing. And I walked in, and this guy, I'm not going to give him the name, he ended up being an asshole of a manager. But I walked in, and he was like, "Oh my God, you have a great personality." And I had piercings all over the place. And he was like, "You'd be great at doing this job. And, you don't have to chase leads. The leads come to you. It's super easy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I wasn't really familiar with timeshare because I was in the military, right? And so I kind of heard about it, but I never knew what it was. And so I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll take the job." Like, I don't know what I was doing. Like, he said marketing or something like that. And I was like, "All right." So then I get in the training and I'm like, I'm selling this to people, like, whatever. But you know what? When you come in, they hype you up on how much money you are going to be making when you sell timeshare. And yes, there's a lot of money in making and selling timeshare if you're good, but that's honestly probably about 1% of people. People are literally sick of timeshare. Timeshare, to be honest, is the dumbest thing you can do unless your timeshare property was handed down to you from your grandparents and the only thing that you're paying is maintenance fees, all right? And maybe I'll have another lesson about what timeshare actually is, but this is just for the people that got talked into being sales reps, okay? All right, so for starters, when I got there, the training was 2 weeks. Some people say you need a real estate license. You don't, okay? And I'll be honest, I worked under Club Wyndham. You don't need a real estate license. Did the training. They went over over objections and objection handling, and have a great personality. And people are gonna come up to you. They might be grumpy. That the whole thing of the sales. Which, okay, I'm a cheerful person. Like, I can get over anything, right? So people come in for the presentation. Some of them know the deal. They came in on free gifts, which that is what I'm doing now. I switched to marketing, which means I'm giving you the free gifts. And everybody thinks it's a scam, but it's not. These gifts are fully paid for. Right now, we're even offering cruises, but I'll talk about that at a later date. But they come in on these free gifts, and they're really just there to get the free gifts. They are not there to buy a timeshare. Now, Club Wyndham, I love it because Club Wyndham doesn't sell separate timeshare properties. We sell you points. And I'll be honest, if you are going to do that type of thing, Club Wyndham is actually the best. I'm actually thinking about signing up under them because with timeshare, if you're not familiar with timeshare is you buy 1 week that you go to every single year, and then you use RCI and you pay about $300 to go all these other places you can go, okay? So a regular timeshare is kind of whack, but if you have points, you can use those points for wherever you want to go. That's under Club Wyndham, and you can have RCI, and you have a whole lot of benefits, all right? So I was like, this is actually a good deal. And so people try to warn me. They're like, run the other way. I'm like, nah, I like this. Like, I'm a people person. Like, I got this. It's good. So here's the thing. I got my first sale. It took me a long time to get my first sale. They keep you or leave you behind based on your sales volume, which is a percentage of how many tours you get connected to how many people that you sell. So if you get 30 tours and you're only selling about 2 people, your percentage is really low and you will get let go, okay? So when I first started out, it took me a while to get sales until I finally got my first sale. Now here's the other thing. Do you make money as a timeshare sales rep? No. Why? Because you only get a percentage of that, okay? And you work on a draw. And I'm going to explain what a draw is. A draw means we got paid $12 an hour, okay? And then we get paid weekly. So $12 an hour. And as a timeshare sales rep, you don't work regular hours. If there is a lot of tours, you might get off by 1 o'clock. If there's not many tours, you may get off at 10 a.m. You may get off at 11. You may get off at 12, which means you're not getting that many hours. So 1 week paycheck ranges between $100 and maybe $300. Then it takes 3 weeks for you to get commission. So at the lowest package, if I sold a $20,000 package and my commission is $1,200, but it takes 3 weeks for me to get commission, When I make $300 every single week, say for example, 3 weeks I made $300 for that 12 an hour. A draw means you have to pay back that money you made hourly out of your commission. So $1,200 minus $900 means I made $300 from that one sale. So you have to at least make 2 sales a week. And there are different price ranges in order for you to actually make money. You actually have to go into the bonus tiers before you actually make money, or you have to make sales consistently. And that is the part that they get you. So as I was there getting my sales and making Club Wyndham all this money, and I wasn't the best rep, but I wasn't the worst rep. I literally got out of debt, because you do get in debt. If you go months and months and months, there's people in there that went 6 months into draw, which means they have 6 months into $12 an hour that they owe. So when they do finally get a sale, it's not a win, because you're having to catch up and pay your debt back, which means you never actually make money. Now, don't get me wrong, you can make one $100,000 deal and then hit bonus, and you can clear all that out, right? But then there may be a time where you don't get any sales. So you need to have a second job. There were people there that were being bartenders on the side, DJs on the side, freaking mechanics on the side. There's no way you can survive and maintain your life as a sales rep. It's just impossible. So slow season came, and guess what? I got let go because I did not keep up with the sales capacity. Keep in mind, when winter slows down, you maybe have 3-4 tours a day versus summer, because they tell you to stack up in the summertime. Now, what made me actually quit was a couple of things, right? For one, you're making them a lot of money. So the highest deal I think I sold was 31,000. I mostly was doing between 18,000, 20,000, 19,000, 30,000, right? So you're making the money, but you're not making any money. Then they talk about how great some people made all this money, and they're millionaires, and you see all these great cars. That's like 1% of people. Out of 60 people that were working there were probably 2 people, maybe 3 people that were hitting bonus tiers, you guys. Everyone else is struggling and in draw. Now, before this thing closes out, because I only got 10 minutes, the downside of timeshare is that people think we're sleazy. I personally was not a sleazy sales rep, okay? I was not pushy. I was not forceful. I wasn't any of that stuff. If you wanted it, you wanted it. If you didn't, you didn't. What fucked it up for me was that other people come behind you trying to sell these people. So as a beautifully nice sales rep, okay, the trust was there, and then you have these dogs coming behind you, and they're like, buy, why don't you buy? And yeah, why wouldn't you do that? And they're pressure. And I be sitting there uncomfortable, like, damn, like, I'm uncomfortable too. The lady said she doesn't have the money, and they're like, they're lying. Next thing you know, rapport is out the roof. Like, the rapport has left the room. They no longer trust me because they were so nice to me. And then here comes my dog of a manager that's over there gaslighting them and all this other kind of stuff. And then they leave them mad with me. And now I got to walk them over to Discovery. So I'm like, I hate that. So the final straw for me, to not to mention that my manager was an asshole, a gaslighter, an egotistical jerk that I had to deal with, that didn't like women. No women could work under him. He's the one that recruited me. Besides that, I had a young man come in, and his mom got killed in a car accident. He came here on break just to get away because he was still sorting through the investigation. And so I was sitting there talking to him. I already knew in my mind, I'm not going to sell him. His mom just passed. My manager's response was, hey, his mom got life insurance. Go get his life insurance. Yeah, not a job for me. So when I got fired, I was happy. Number one, I don't have to deal with my manager no more, who was very manipulative and full of shit, that had his own processes. And number two, not that girl. I'm not going after no one's life insurance money. So now I do marketing, which means I give you the free vacations, the 3-day, 2 nights, the cruises, the flights, and it is complimentary. We don't say free, it is complimentary. So stay tuned and give me a follow, because they're not scams, you guys. And so I'm going to talk about that part, how you actually should answer these timeshare sales calls and get these free trips, because it's the way to go, you guys. We give you a lot of free gifts, and they are free. Just do the stanky 90 minutes and then walk out the door after your 90 minutes. And if they try to hold on to you, nobody can make you do anything that you don't want to do. So give me a follow. We're going to talk about it.